Today we talk about.
Yeah. So, what else are you doing outside of comedy to keep busy, if anything?
I mean, I'm working, and I every now and then I book acting jobs. I don't have an agent, but yeah. So every now and then
Like going
I'll
on auditions and all that.
yeah.
classic
You know,
stuff?
most auditions now are all done online, which is really not fun for me because my whole thing was I liked going into a room to audition. But I haven't had one in months. So, but every now and then I'll book like a corporate gig.
Oh, nice.
But for the most part, just working and doing comedy. That's
Gotcha.
my life right now, and just visiting my parents every day because they live down the block.
In Jersey?
No, they live in Brooklyn.
Oh, so you still live in
I
Brooklyn?
still live in Brooklyn.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're just working in Jersey. Got it.
Yeah, I'm working in Jersey. I'm a Jersey boy right now.
Nice. And then I like how you. I guess it makes sense if you have an actor background because I can see you like breaking into different characters during your
Yeah.
bits and stuff, and it really all plays well together. So that's really cool.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. And then how are you? How are you approaching like which shows you do or I want to get past at this club or like
Yeah.
are you like in a goal oriented mode or are you just like you know what I'm just gonna keep getting up there and just keep doing my thing?
I should be more goal oriented. Some of my friends who are starting to do better now, try to push me, but I'm not like, I should make a website. There's things I know I should do, but I mean, the biggest thing I did this year was me and two other friends, we went out to Boston and we did some comedy, and I got a really good tape out there, and
Nice.
I realized that comedy is so much better outside of the city. Here, it's just like there's too many shows
too much.
and there's not enough audience, but you leave, you go to a smaller city like Boston, and they're there and they want to pay attention, and so I would like to do more stuff like that. I'm just trying to get my life back together because I was like not working for a while, and I was being an extra sad boy. But now, yeah. So I think this year I'm going to try and maybe apply to some festivals and try to. I don't know, man. I just want to make it in comedy.
Yeah, right. Two things with that. The first thing is the festival thing. Have you done one before?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't either, and I'm kind of like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Because they cost money.
Sure.
Not that that's a problem, but it's like, then what if you don't get in? Like, I've only been doing this 6 months. I think I'm funny enough, but like, who really knows, right? So
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of weird. So I don't know the process, but
well, no, that is the process. I mean, you're still trying to find out who you are. I would say in the next 6 months, I would say do it. Just go for it because it's a good networking opportunity.
yeah, I figure at the very least, right?
Good way to meet people. It gives you puts your name somewhere else, and then you start to I mean, it can't hurt for sure. There are bad festivals that I hear of, but I think if you just check Facebook or this is something I should do too. Just Google festivals, and then you ask around and see if they're good or not.
Right.
So.
And then my second part was, you mentioned, trying to make it and all that stuff. Social media, man, I feel like most comics really underutilize it. You know what I mean? And you said you got a good tape out in Boston. How come it's not up on any socials?
It's on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
And I put it on my Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have a great, despite being very unique and funny, I'm not good at promoting. And so I don't have a lot of followers and likes. And I don't know, man. There's a freedom to that too. I don't really, but I would like more following, I guess. But yeah, I put that tape on YouTube. I got some likes on Facebook, but it hasn't been viewed that much.
Yeah, it's weird because obviously I YouTubed your stuff and that I didn't even see that come up, let alone your channel. But I'll have to look a little closer, and we'll plug it in the description for everyone else to check
me out.
You definitely highly recommend this guy. This guy, one of my favorites for sure.
I can do at least 10 minutes, and probably more if you give me an opportunity. But
yeah, because don't forget, I do the doctor thing out in Iowa, so that's actually where I started doing comedy. And every couple of weeks I go back, so it's almost like refreshing to go back because there's real crowds. It's people are trying to pay attention. To some extent,
So you practice in Iowa?
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
So when I'm out there, it's like it almost feels like I'm booked on a show because regular people are there. People are there to have a good time. They're not burned out from 8,000 open mics a day.
Well, you have an advantage of doing New York comedy and going out there. It's a smaller town. You'll see the difference. And you'll see the people that show up to mics and shows out there. It's just different.
Yep.
It's just,
Yeah, and even my cohorts out there, they notice the difference in me. They're like, because every time I go and come back, they're like, holy shit, man, you're getting way better at this. Because there's only 2 open mics out there a week.
Wow.
It's like 2 an hour, you know what I'm saying?
It's
right?
such a different world.
Yeah. But I mean, there's pros and cons, I'm realizing. Like, you know, those guys, I mean, they're still miserable and suicidal, am I right? But aren't we all? So that's, you know, I think that's just genuine to comics, I guess. Although I'm not really suicidal. I've had the thoughts here and there, but it's not like, it's not as bad, quote unquote, as I hear a lot of comics make it sound.
I think a lot of comics just like to dramatize it to make themselves seem more edgy. Yeah. I definitely have suicidal ideation. I've never tried to kill myself, but when I go through fronts, I definitely think about it a lot. Like, I don't want to be here, and I always imagine myself jumping off the Triborough Bridge. It's very specific. Funny you laugh, because many times I've walked over that bridge just to see, just to view where I could, you know, end it. And but I think it's worth talking about. But I think some people dramatize it. Like, if I'm not feeling depressed, I'm not going to talk about it.
Interesting. And then when you're walking over the bridge, is it just because you're feeling those things, or you just happen to be around the neighborhood or something?
Both. I mean, there's usually a mic near there. So QED is close to. It's about a 10-minute walk from the bridge. And if anything, just walking over that bridge is a great place to cry. Just lets it out. Stop laughing. No, go ahead and laugh. This is comedy, right? Good place to cry. It's because there's no one there. It's just cars going by, and you can. There's not too many places in the city you can let loose.
No, so maybe a little serenity there. Cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll check it out next
time. Check it out. Just don't jump. Because it gets better.
Right.
That's what they always say. It gets better.
I mean, the closest I got to suicidal thoughts was just back in high school, because it was high school, right? And B, like, obviously doing the whole doctor thing, I was studying hard. I was, putting pressure on myself to get amazing grades and scores and whatnot. So I remember just like being in front of a book, and I hate reading, man. I'm so jealous of kids now who have access to YouTube and all these countless online content stuff, because like audiovisual is more my thing than reading. Like, I just can't stand fucking reading.
Right.
So I remember just being in front of like a bunch of books, and I'm on my floor, I'm not doing anything, and I'm just like, how convenient would it be to just die right now, and then I wouldn't have to study. Like, that's as far as I took it.
That's not bad, man. I mean, I didn't even feel it in high school, because high school, like, at least I don't know. I guess I wasn't studying to be a surgeon, so it was easier for me. But
that's the thing. I feel like I just had like my struggle in the beginning, and not having any context of life or whatever.
There you go.
Not that most kids do. And then now with this kind of helps, right?
Yeah.
But you just still get lonely nights or down days where you're just like, what the fuck, man? And the view isn't cutting it or whatever, but man, I sense that with comics in general, whether it's here or Iowa, but at least out there, man, it's like everyone sticks around till the end of the show. Everyone's having a good time, hanging out during the show, if not after, and they're just not burned out like they are here.
Right.
So, and I actually talked to another comic who happened to be rotating through there to do a show, and he got to start in Indiana, so he was telling me kind of a similar story. And it was even worse, it sounds like, for him, because at least where I'm at, there's one in Cedar Rapids where I practice, and then there's one, and literally right around the corner from my hotel, which is convenient. And then the other one's in Iowa City, which is about a 30-minute drive, so not bad. Des Moines is the capital, it's about 2 hours, so And then there's a few others that are scattered about an hour and a half in multiple directions, so it's just like, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Do you rent a car out there? Or do you have
my agency actually covers my airfare, rental, and hotels. So it's pretty
great.
dope.
That's great.
On top of paying me a premium, so it's a good situation.
It's really great.
But then I always think back, like, damn, man, would I be taking comedy more seriously if I didn't have this? Would it push me more?
Well, it's definitely a unique thing to do. There's not too many surgeons who are pursuing comedy, so it's definitely an advantage. But you have the time constraint, but then you're still taking advantage of it when you're in Iowa. Hey, listen, you're doing your thing.
Yeah, I'm looking at the silver lining of it, because when I'm here, I'm wishing I'm there. When I'm here, I'm wishing I'm back.
Yeah.
So that's that. But the Indiana guy was telling me how there was only like 3 to 4 open mics he had opportunities for, and they were all scattered all over Indiana. So he put it in a good perspective for me. He's like, it kind of forced me to be better, because I was like, dude, this is all you got this week, so you better fucking write some good jokes, So whereas here you get the whole, what do I want to gonna try out today. Man, maybe I'll just get up type of attitude.
Yeah,
which,
yeah.
You know, obviously every comic is different with their work ethic and